game.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How we all doing? I know I look a little bit different here. We haven't streamed in a while, but I figured it was time to get back on the horse here. My apologies about the lack of content. I've been super busy with work lately, so I just haven't had the time to really dedicate to streaming. We are back in the flight deck here, and we are in beautiful, sunny Las Vegas this afternoon. We're going to be doing a quick flight over towards Los Angeles. We're looking at about 44 minutes of flying time. It's about an hour and 10 minutes gate to gate. Temperature is a sunny 82 degrees. Wind is light. Los Angeles is looking good today as well. Looks like minimal, few clouds, 1,300 feet, and a ceiling at 12,000 feet. We're looking at 64 degrees, so kind of a temperature drop there, but 73% humidity, so a little bit chillier, but I think it's, for the purpose of what we're doing today, it's going to be a fun en route experience. So let's jump into the flight deck of the Fenix A321 here in Las Vegas. And I do have an interesting little mod installed on this A321 as well. Oh, we're going to have to fix this. Let me just check this real quick. I have a preset for the A330 here that I use. Come on, computer. Let's see if it did. Nope. Too many things going on at the same time here for my poor computer. Airplane controls. And I apologize if you can't see the whole screen as well. There's I got a new monitor, so the refresh or the dimensions on it is going to be a little different, but I've made my best effort to try and center everything in the middle of the screen. A330, okay. How about that? There we go. Looking better? Yeah, better. Okay. Okay. Once we kind of get going, I'll show you the features of the mod. I'm sure you can already see that there's a bit of dirt on the windscreen. Either that or it was a really bad bird strike, and we're just having the window. Airplane's getting loaded. I'll also show you the features that the cabin mod that I installed also features. So let's get going here. Battery 1 and 2 going on. External power is available. We're going to enter that. Let's turn down my music a little bit. Hello, Pam. Welcome aboard. Alrighty. Emergency exit light's going to arm. Adheres. I know this isn't the proper flow, but we'll start traffic. Okay. Shh. Pipe down. Okay. Nav and logo light going on. Overhead integrity light going on. This is fine for now. This is fine for now. That's alright. Jump back up here. I've already got the airplane kind of loaded up. We're already at 178 passengers on board. I'm not sure why. It's been well over 25 minutes, and I set it to real time. So, in theory, we were supposed to leave at 10 o'clock, but we'll just chalk it up to operational challenges here. So, in the meantime, let's go down to the FMC CDU. Zoom out a bit so you can see. We're going to verify the engine, the database. Primary loss, that's fine. Init. Quick init request is going to pull up all the information from SimBrief. IRS init. Confirm align. Let's give us this. We are flying American Airlines today. American Airlines 1399. And if I have a look at my flight plan here, 28,000 feet is going to be our cruising altitude, and our cost index is 10. And what I'm actually going to do for the sake of time is just reset the load sheet, reset, load air. Alright, there we go. Load aircraft, instant. Just give me everything. And then we'll send that information to the MCDU. Okay. Now I'm going to pray everything saved. It did. That's good. So let's start preparing for the departure here. So we're taking off from runway 1 right in Las Vegas, following the Raider 2 departure. So we'll find Raider 2 departure. Transition is going to be here. Insert that. Okay. The en route program is already in here, so that's good. And then for the arrival, we're going to be doing an ILS into runway 25 left in Los Angeles, following the Angel 4 arrival, and the approach via the Circus transition, and Shatner, I guess named after William Shatner? Aviation has a funny way of naming things. Alright, we'll go over this really quick. Constraints going on the captain and first officer's side. Flight directors are going to recycle. Plan mode. Let's see. Kind of have to zoom out of everything so that you guys can see exactly with this new big monitor. It's going to get some gonna take some time getting used to this. I'm still getting used to it with work. The plan is really simple here. It's a straight-in arrival in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is actually one of the easiest airports to navigate as a pilot, which is good news for us. Okay. We'll keep our door and jetway open for now until I kind of show you guys what's going on. 4 minutes to the IRS is being aligned. We'll jump over to the FO's MCDU here, and I'm just going to check the company messages, which is going to be through data link. Receive messages. They're going to give us these load sheets with the 0 fuel weight, takeoff weight, and passengers. 190 plus 3. And then really quick, I'm going to confirm that we have the correct amount of fuel on board. We'll just keep that on flight plan. Come down here to the pedestal, and fuel. And we're going to check the FOB, fuel on board, is going to equal to what we have on our load sheet. So block fuel, I have 14,197 planned. We have 14,200 on board. That's good. Okay, come back over here and we will move to our tablet to calculate the takeoff information. So now that we have all our weights, we can actually start to put in the takeoff information. So we'll sync the load sheet final. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see. Sync the live weather, altimeter 2988. Set cross-checked. Okay, it knows we're taking off on runway 1 right. It's dry here in Las Vegas. Optimum flight or flap configuration. Force toga no, anti-ice no, packs on. Takeoff weight is going to be 163.9. Wind is 1106 knots. Temperature 28 Celsius, 2988 altimeter. So that information looks correct. Gives us an output of 146 for V1. Rotate 152, and V2 is 152. I'd just like to cross-reference that as well with the information that I get on SimBrief, because it has a built-in takeoff performance calculator as well. SimBrief is recommending flaps 2 with a selected flex temperature of 41 degrees. So Fenix is actually calculating something higher at 50 degrees. And they are also suggesting flaps 2. So V1 137, ours is more conservative here on Fenix. Rotate at 144, V2 at 145. So our numbers are more conservative, and we always like to take a safe, conservative information here. So send that to the MCDU. That's going to come down. If we come down here and pop into performance, it's going to pop in our V speeds: 146, 152, 152. Flaps 2, and the trim up 0.3 degrees. Nose up. So that's good. Our takeoff calculation is done. Let's see what we got for the standard instrument departure here. Las Vegas departure frequency is 125.9. Runway 1 right, climbing heading 014 to 2682, left turn direct Bessie at or above 5,000. Top altitude is flight level 190. So just pop this in here. 19,000. Okay. All right, we're looking good. Looking good. How's the volume? How's the frames? Everything okay over there? What's going on in the chat? Let's go in the chat. Something I like about the airplane as well is the independent iPads that both the captain and first officer can use. We'll do a quick oxygen max check. Looking good. I've kind of been flying this airplane a little bit more over the past couple of weeks to try and get a little bit more experience because I've fallen out of practice with it, which is not great. So if there's if there's missing procedure or missing bad landing, then I'm not to be held liable for that. Alright, nav accuracy upgraded, which means our IRSs are in a line. Get rid of those messages. We are looking good. We can come back over to the tablet and go to, yeah, close the forward and aft cargo. It's going to tell me on the land that I'm late. So we're scheduled for... Actually, we're kind of still on time, so I'm just set to 22:05. Save. Alright. I'm kind of excited to show you what this mod is capable of because it really adds a lot of interesting immersion to the Fenix aircraft, which is pretty fun. I mean, the dirt is already one thing that's I could kind of live without, but the rest is pretty neat. And I can show you more of those features once we get into the air. So let's go ahead and start the APU. So yes, we do have a master overhead switch here. We'll do a quick fire test. That should be fine. Engine 1. Engine 2. Start the APU. And then what we will do as well is once we get into the air, we will put the weather radar on one screen, and I'm actually going to have the terrain radar probably on the FO side here. Actually, I'll put it on my side because I'm the pilot flying. I hear the APU spooling up, so that's good. Uh-oh, Tucker's getting in trouble. Okay, good though. I'm glad you can hear. Everything's looking good. That makes me happy to hear. Ooh, it's burning up in the cabin back there. Let's get some air. APU is available, so APU bleed, thank you. The squishy ball. Don't mind that everybody's nearly 100 degrees in the cabin. We're just gonna ignore that really quick. I'm pretty bad at getting the APU running quickly. I wish there was... I mean, I know at some airports they have these machines that can connect to the aircraft to actually supply air conditioning, but as far as I've seen on Microsoft Flight Sim, that feature in any of the planes doesn't exist as a ground vehicle on like one of these options for external power, chocks, whatever. Really quickly, we're going to do the pushback, or we'll just do the pushback planning. So I'll kind of get that up the screen so you don't have to see that nonsense. And we're going to be pushing back towards... Yeah, we can do this. This will be a nice smooth. Looks good. So that. Okay. Flight deck is getting chilly, so just put this tone down the airflow a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and secure everything up and get going here. I'm not too particularly worried about following the accurate time. I did have a squawk code that I need to put in, so 4751. 4751. Switch to all. Okay, we're looking good. Let's go ahead and disconnect the ground power. Fuel pump's going on. Come back over here. GPU and chocks. And we can top the jetway as well and get our light on. Still a little bit warm in the cabin. Okay, cool little feature about this mod as well is, I don't know if this actually comes standard on the Fenix, but there is a checklist that I thought you could pull up, but maybe not working for me. It does work on the 320, not working on the 321, so not too sure if that's a bug or just something they haven't added yet, but still a pretty cool little feature of this mod that I'm about to show you. And if it's not part of the mod, then I got other cool things to show you. So, let's call for the pushback. Push. Park brake is going off. And we are moving. We're moving quickly, my goodness. Is the frame rate okay? Or is it laggy? I feel like it's laggy. I've also been thinking of getting that AI, say intentions AI, to act as air traffic control. Listen, hear me out. It's actually a really cool service, okay? You talk into your microphone and it actually talks back to you saying it's a cool product. I think it's neat. I would do a review on it or something. It'd be a fun product to try and get. The only downside though is, and I'm assuming this has to do with server costs or running the program in itself, is you actually have to load money into the, as far as I know, you have to load money into the program, and every flight takes money from you. So start our engine start sequence. So engine start switch to ignition. Engine number 1 is going on first. Confirm our AP bleed is on. That's good. You can hear the packs turning off. N2 rotation. I'm doing well, Ali Fisher. How are you? Henry Grant. Ridiculous! Get out of my chat, Pam. Ali Hunter-Gatherer. Alright, engine number 1 is good. Let's give it a sec and then fire engine 2. Alright, the P2's running, so we can start engine number 2. N2 rotation. We are going to Los Angeles. Beautiful and sunny, but slightly cooler Los Angeles. And I need to kind of familiarize myself with the taxi routing here. It's going to be a bit of a long taxi, but that's okay. What's this song? This song is Exhalation by Liam M. But how am I supposed to know that? You asked me what music's playing. Alright, engine number 2 is running and stable. Indications look normal. Engine start switch to normal. Speed brakes are going to be armed for departure. Flaps 2. Oh, lovely. Hey, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. What are we doing? Alright, give me 1 second. Give me actually 1 second, because I don't know why its keyboard should be set to... Keyboard should be set to 330 settings. I guess it's just set to nothing, so... which is kind of a problem. Oh, you're talking that Miley Cyrus song, Party in the USA. No? Yeah. You're definitely talking about that Miley Cyrus song. Don't I have a A330? Alright, let's try this. I usually have the just A330. Yeah, that works. Okay, flaps 2. Come down here. Flight controls. Full left. Full right. Elevators. And full left rudder. Full right rudder. Flight controls are free and correct. We'll set the pitch trim to 0.3 up. One more. There we go. Pitch trim is set to 0.3 up. I'm not singing. Sing for us. You're actually out of your mind if you think I'm singing. APU bleed is going off. APU master is off. Taxi light going to on. Runway turn-off light going to on as well. Parking brake is off. Auto brake RTO. And we are ready. Let's give it a little power here and get going. Ooh, I kind of like the sound of that. We will go to... We'll actually just join taxiway Bravo right off the bat. Oh, I'm actually a goofball. That's like number 1. Seatbelt signs and no smoking signs should have been on a long time ago. I did actually have a flight that I was on where they didn't put the seatbelt signs on until like they were taxiing, so I'm gonna say it was an honest mistake and it actually does happen in real life. Let's do the takeoff config checklist, or takeoff config test, which is normal. This is taxiway Bravo. We're going to make a right turn. Did I run over somebody? If I did, then don't worry about it. They're not hurt. Look at that sunset, my friends. Absolutely beautiful. It's not blood. I'm pretty sure it's not blood. It's dirt, which again is part of the mod. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys what this mod has, and you will then see that visual things are common in this mod. I'm pretty sure. Look, I've installed this mod for the A320. This is 321, but the A320 version of this mod does not have anything on the windscreen. It's just clear, and I don't know why it's, because when I first hopped in here, I was like, oh my god, bird. But now I'm thinking, like, there's no way you're gonna get blood all the way over here if there's a bird strike right smack middle on the front windscreen here. Cabin crew is advising us that the cabin is ready.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Thank you. I'm actually locked in, okay? Shut up, chat. Before I start pulling jinxy lines. Mods, let's time out Roxanne for 20 minutes. To our trouble. Trouble. And quick fact about the A321, because it's longer than the A320, it actually gives you this little placard saying tail strike caution, meaning we have to be quite ginger when we rotate this thing into the air. Am I taking off on one right or one left? One right. Okay. We are not crashing. Nobody's watching. Of course you know that you can't time out mods, Amy. God's sake. Ridiculous. Once we get to taxiway Delta, which is up ahead in a couple of more intersect points, then we will make a left turn, cross runway 8 left, and I think we're going to take the full length for this. We could trim it down by using taxiway or the intersection point of Alpha, but I don't. The runway's already 9,700 feet. I feel like that's way smaller than what I'm used to here in Las Vegas, so we'll just check the full length and call it a day. Because that's what we have. I mean, we could actually do an intersection takeoff if we check this information. No, it only wants the full length. Okay. Fine with me. Hey, can you be patient? Chat, can you be patient? I'm gonna start using jinxie lines just to piss you guys off right back. It's a drunken thing. Hey, Amy, piss off. You know what the ironic part is? You can actually get cars in Microsoft Flight Sim and drive around. I'm not kidding. It does exist. Lucky for you, though, we are in an airplane. The POR beacon over here, and the Janet Airlines terminal, and David Copperfield. Sphere, the hotels, everything's looking good. Mandalay Bay over here. Why are you imitating AJ? Fukoff. Peace off, brother. Alright, don't let me miss this intersection here. I need to make a left here. I can immediately tell as soon as it calls me Alox. That is totally trademarked by him. Totally and completely. Right, no, wrong way. All right. Okay, landing lights going on, wing lights, strobes. Clear on the right, clear on the left. All right. Hey, Amy, does that trigger you? Pam, I hope you know every single time you come for me, Twitch is auto-modding that. Which is absolutely hilarious. Okay, friends, here we go. We are at runway 1 right here in Las Vegas. Quick wind check. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Flaps are set, spoilers are armed, TCAS, TARA. Lights are set to take off. Runway turn off light off. Strobe lights going on, wing lights going on, nose light to take off. We are cleared for takeoff. Wind is 0.07 knots. Let's go. Kind of overshot it with that lineup there, but anyway, let's get going, shall we? Start the clock. Land flex VSRS. No runway, Optus Blue. B1. Positive rate. Here going. Nav. My poor frame rate. Oh, guy. Like me up. Oh my god, that's crazy. Beautiful strip here. Yes, yes. I'll throw the terrain radar on here really quick. And we are out from Las Vegas. I wish my frame rate wasn't so chunky, but I feel like this summer we're going to be doing some upgrades to the PC, so we will see if I can get a... I would assume it's a graphics card. I mean, I'm kind of ignorant when it comes to this kind of stuff, but... 7,000 feet, climbing for flight level 190 out of Las Vegas. Kind of approaching the eastern part of the city now. Or the western part of the city, actually. I see a lot of skip frame alerts. What the hell is going on? What is that? I don't know why it fluctuated like that, but anyway. And the gorgeous sunset. I will show you the cabin in a minute with that sunset. 10,000 feet. Look at our landing lights and wing light off. And really, I just have to once again commend Fenix on their insane attention to detail. I mean, this airplane is incredibly realistic. Feels just like the real Airbus. And I hope they make, I hope they develop some more airplanes. Just gonna check something here real quick. Okay, all this is good. What was I actually looking for? I was looking for... Flight director and a localizer sing? Didn't even know that was a thing you could sing. FLS is one of those things that I've heard that you should enable. I think it gives you a more smooth control over things, but I'm not actually sure. I don't actually know what it does. I'll just set this to a level. Okay, 12,000 feet. We'll get the seatbelt sign off. And let me show you around the cabin. Yeah, my graphics are probably too high for my poor graphics card. But I also have, like, so many things open right now. I got Twitch open, I got Spotify, I got Chrome. Alright, we'll get the weather radar going on the FO side here. I'm absolutely loving this sunset right now, guys. Minus the dirt/blood splatter on the windows, which you shouldn't see in the cabin, but we'll go back there in a second. So at the moment we're currently over a town called Primm, Nevada, in the Mojave Desert. Once we get to 18,000 feet, I will go back in the cabin and show you guys the first class on this thing, because the default Fenix airplane does not come with cabin options. It only comes with one. That is one thing I wish they would implement, is a first class option. But to be honest, I like the modifications that we've got with the free mods anyway. Okay, I'm gonna initiate the climb to 28,000 feet. Standard barometric pressure set and cross-checked. I'm surprised we don't have an off-block message here. Alright, that's fine. We'll get it in the report when we land. Let's go back and have a look at the cabin. So, welcome aboard the business class on the American Airlines 321, which I think these actually look really good. We got this nice patterned carpet, spacious windows, functional seatbelt signs, always a bonus. And a curtain, too. How does that look? Not too shabby, right? I'm liking this. I'm liking the sounds. You know what's funny? We're almost ready to start the approach into Los Angeles. So we don't actually have a lot of time to check out the cabin. Moving further back in the cabin, we got these preferred seats. I guess they're called preferred seats. I know they are on United, but preferred seats. And then we have economy. Another really nice attention to detail is actually the seat numbering, which I've noticed a lot of planes on Microsoft Flight Simulator, they've actually been doing that, which is a cool attention to detail. So, really a fan of that. Got a lavatory here. There's actually nothing in them as far as I know. And then moving towards the back of the airplane. The sounds, I find, really make the experience all the better. Each seat also has a safety card and some American Airlines literature. Again, this is specific to the livery. Let's jump back to the flight deck. I want to show you this real quick. How cool is that? We got this cell phone here with the American Airlines logo on it. Also got this coffee cup. I guess normally there's like some food here, but I wonder if the mod knows that we're not going that far, so we don't actually get a meal, because I thought there would be some sort of meal. But we have the coffee, so I'll take the coffee. Coffee is always welcome. The FO gets nothing. He's just gonna suffer. He gets bupkis. Alright, we can turn off the terrain radar because we kind of know where we are. Well, we knew where we are all the time, but I just like to have it on for safety. Really, we can start preparing the airplane for the arrival. So if I go into descent approach, let's check out the weather for Los Angeles right now. I know I said it was about 63 Fahrenheit. Wind is 260 at 15, so it's a little gusty. 260.15, temperature is 17 Celsius. QNH is 2989. Radio altimeter for the ILS is 200 feet. So our decision height is going to be 200 feet. It's pretty common. Approaching a waypoint called Smash. We're actually already on the star, so really quick flight. I think we're going to be there even in less time than we had anticipated. But we'll see. What does it actually say on my FMS MCDU? Top of descent is going to come at 0246. Its time right now is 0238. So yeah, we're at top of climb. So we actually have 5 minutes before top of descent, which is actually crazy. And then we're scheduled to arrive at 0306, so about 20 minutes. Would that kind of align with what we planned for? Making really good time, so I don't think the passengers are going to complain about that one. LA is actually just on the other side of these mountains here. Kind of down, right around here. I'm actually going to have to look into what the deal is with the dirtiness on these windows. It might be an option in the livery settings, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so I'm going to take our estimated landing weight from our flight plan, which is going to be 162, just to be conservative. Low auto brake should be fine. Reversers, manual landing, flap full, auto thrust on. So basically this will tell us our margins for the landing. So we can stop at about 7,200 feet, which is more than enough. The runway gives us more than enough. Yeah, we've got 11,000, almost 11,100 feet to play with, so we are fine. I know I've been meaning to fly the 777 as well. I just honestly haven't had time to do anything other than just work lately. I will say though that now that the 777-300 has released for X-Plane, there's a pretty high chance I'm going to buy that, considering it's only a $30 upgrade. And we might be able to do some... I know there are some couple positioning flights that do carry passengers in North America with the 777, Air Canada, United, and then they take those planes on to other destinations. So we could do something like that, which doesn't necessarily take, 10 hours to complete. Top of descent is actually coming up in 30 nautical miles, so, and we're actually going to get in before it turns dark, which is pretty cool. That's my estimation anyway. I don't know what time the sunset is. I've also been overcorrecting my flare on the landing, so I'm gonna have to take that into consideration. I may have to just be content with not landing as smoothly as I want to, and just avoid the over-pitching the airplane. We just gotta make some concessions. I also hope the frames don't crash out at the final approach, because that's the time when I need the computer to perform at its best. And when I'm streaming, it just kind of doesn't do that every now and then, so we will see. The flight tracking software that I have here, Volanta, it's actually... Oh, speaking of that, actually, I can take a quick cheeky screenshot for Volanta. Let's get a little cheeky screenshot going here, shall we? Yeah. Wow, that's gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's put the desktop for now. Volanta now has leaderboards. So, I, being a naturally curious and nosy person I am, checked out the leaderboards. Somebody's got 22,000 flight hours apparently, which is insane. That's more than some real pilots, some real captains, may I add. Tiefers are brushed. Mission accomplished. Okay, we're ready to start the descent here, so we can descend to 19,000 feet, flight level 190. Let's get going. Alright, descent has been initiated. Got a little bit of light going on here. It honestly has been a while since I've flown the A321, so for some reason I always find this airplane a little bit difficult to land. Are on target. Not too sure why we're below the speed that they're kind of looking for. It says 280 knots. Above 24,000 but below 30,000, which we are. We're at 260 knots though. What do we got going on here? $262. Well, I'm not going to argue with it. Better to be a little bit slow on approach anyway, just because, or on the descent, just to manage our energy a little bit better. Coming up on 25,000 feet, or flight level 250. And if anyone's curious, we are towards Big Bear Lake, over the Bighorn right now, in case anybody was curious. These are apparently called the Bighorn Mountains. Next large city down in this valley is San Bernardino. I'm loving the sunset, guys. You think if I open up the tray table, we'll get another coffee? Nope. Oh, I also forgot to show you, we also have this technical manual here we can kind of pull out. It doesn't do anything, it just goes up onto the dash here, but still an interesting little feature of the mod. I love how detailed the mod is too. I don't know, I'm rambling on and on about this mod, but it really just enhances the experience of the Fenix Fenix A320 family. Got a company message here, let's check out what American Airlines wants. ADC for 7 minutes. Seven minutes. Our delay code. Now here's a cool little feature that we can play around with too. So if we come back to the tablet, basically American Airlines Operations wants to know why we took off or left the gate 7 minutes late. So we check this delay allocation card and we can pick which one meets our needs here. So ATC delays, let's say operation delays. What does it say? Let's say incorrect departure time. So code is ODI. So if we put Oscar Delta India into delay code and then send the message, they should come back in a moment and kind of say, oh hey, we've reviewed your ADC delay request. Yep, here's the message. ADC received. Okay. Yeah, just come back and basically say, okay, thanks for telling us. So that's a cool little feature. I know the A340 does that as well. I think the A350 does that. The AnyBuilds 350, not entirely too sure. I know the 340 for sure does it. But what a cool little feature, huh? Okay, coming up on 19,000, let's descend to 14,000. Buy me a couple of minutes here. And the altimeter is 2989. So I'll just change it over right now. Auto brake go into low. Is this Christmas music? Give me something else. We should be over San Bernardino right now. 17,000 descending to 12,000. Okay, let's pull up the approach chart here. So we can kind of descend ourselves down to 5,000, which will be the waypoint gate. I see the Pacific Ocean here. We're approaching our transition here. Of turbulence. Got an airplane apparently 600 feet below us. I might get a traffic warning. It's like right next to us. Oh, there it is. There it goes. A little guy flying the other way. Okay, we'll clear ourselves down to 5,000. We'll get everyone strapped in. I know, it's a short flight. We're almost there. I'm gonna do a quick double check on the our ILS frequency here, 10990, ILAX, course 251, 252, that's fine. Alright, looking good. Get the landing system on here. Alright, looks like it's doing a pretty good job at managing the energy state now. We have to be at 250 knots below 10,000 feet as per FAA requirement. Actually, the final approach fix, the altitude we need to be at is 1,900 feet, so we can drop our altitude to the final approach fix altitude here, which is really low. Oh my god, okay, that's kind of annoying. We'll arm the spoilers just to make sure we don't forget. Might actually need a little bit of speed brake here. That'll take us to 200 and yeah, 220 knots should be good. Unless there's a restriction, I don't think so. And my friends, right over here is downtown Los Angeles. I don't think the buildings have rendered in yet, but that's okay. And right ahead, we have the airport in sight. So we'll hit the approach mode. let's go ahead and set flaps 1. Speed is checked. Yes.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Thank you. Missed approach altitude is going to be 2,000 feet, so actually we're going to set that there. Oh, I'm an idiot. Didn't set my wing light or landing light. Whoopsie. Once you get out of the habit of the procedures and flows, you just kind of forget things every now and then. There is downtown LA. Coming up on 2,500.
2,500.
Drop the gear. $180 on the speed. Flaps 2. Speed is checked. Flaps 3, speed check. And flaps 4. Okay, landing checklist. Cabin crew is advised. Off thrust speed, auto brake low. Spoilers are on, flaps full, lights set, clear to land. Approach altitude 2,000. All right, folks, enjoy the landing. Wind check 270 at 14. So it's going to be slightly from the... I want to say from the left. 270, no, that's from the right. That's from the right then. Okay, 1,000 feet, stable. Yeah, I feel that wind. Okay, I have control.
$500. 400. 100 above.
Ah, frame. Frame rate, come on.
Minimum.
Continue.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Oh my goodness. Hey, 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 hey. Whoa,
40.
whoa, 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 whoa.
30. 20. Retard. 10,
Oh my god. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my good lord mercy. The fight is so bad. Can you, like, react to my controls, please? Oh my god. This is awful. I definitely do not want to react to my controls at all. Atrocious. Wow. Good lord. Okay, we made it. I should have gone around, but, like, I don't feel good. I don't think my computer can handle the like, the sputtering is even noticeable here. I don't think it can handle it. I really don't. I kind of want to see what my GPU load is like here. It's struggling to even open Task Manager. That should kind of give you an indication of how messy things are going right now. Oh, we're at 100% usage. That's why. Well, that kind of explains it. APU, let's start that. What's ironic about the landing is that it, by definition of how firm a landing should be, it actually wasn't that bad. It just was all over the place and not on the center line at all. Which is kind of hilarious. Apologies, folks, that was by no means how I normally land an airplane, but just gonna my landing bridge as well. I was pitching and it wasn't doing anything. Like, it just would not react. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it was F. So I'm not off. He's flying without that. Okay. So, booking gate 49 Alpha. Strip off, wing, landing, taxi, we're gonna turn off, light off. So, room 40, what is 40, 49 Alpha, so that's gonna be Terminal 4, which is going to be right here, actually. Okay. Yes. Landing is all that matters. Yeah, look, sputtering on this. It's really bad. Okay, see, like, I'm making inputs and it just does not react, so I have a feeling it's actually on the computer. My apologies, everybody. $47. Good one. I missed the gate. Okay. You know what? Tough luck. That is not where the chart is going to be. We'll take 47. Am I going to cheat to park the airplane? Absolutely. Oh, get out of here. Hey, just spawns. Absolutely, I'm gonna run over him. Oh my god, like, the controls are so sputtery, it's bad. Whew. Okay, parking brake is set. AP is on, engine 1 and 2 going off. Alright, let's... Hello. Gateway coming over. I've flown to Los Angeles 52 times. That's pretty good. Alright, we got forward and aft. Everything is good. We are on block. We probably have our message here saying we're on block. Arrival message. Yep. Perfect. And we'll get the fuel pumps off. And that is it, my friends. A hairy approach from a non-responsive airplane, not by fault of Fenix, but by fault of my struggling computer. That is another successful run to Los Angeles. Hope you enjoyed the run. I'm gonna cut it short here on the stream today. But I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and again, this video will be available on YouTube for anybody who wants to watch a replay of it. A replay of my horrific landing with sputtery, right? But alright, my friends, we're gonna call it there for a day. I hope everyone had a great week, and enjoy the weekend. Let's see if we can do some more streaming soon. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.